Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know, it's been so hot that we've all just been trying to stay inside for the most part. I was losing my mind, dude. I had to come outside. I was losing my mind. I needed some fresh air, hot or not. I'm like at least 10 minutes, just getting some fresh air, some vitamin D that because of my complexion we lack, right, over the years, over the winter months. So that's important. I just kind of want to discuss with all this stuff that was going on with Iran, and Israel, and just previous conflicts that we've had in that region. It's crazy that how much. Yeah, we talked about oil, right? We talked about natural gas being a big factor in a lot of that decisions we've made to take part in wars or conflicts in those countries, and whatever side we're on. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But there's another concept here, and this particularly came to me after watching the delusional world level interview between Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz, and I'm like, man, dude, like, just when he started going on about the Bible and how we have some sort of a duty to protect Israel because some biblical verse said so. It's like, man, like, I don't know. At what point do we kind of look at this and be like, all right, like, how it's just crazy how big a factor religion, which is my personal opinion, in the era of tech now, is phasing out, right? It's sort of phasing out. It's kind of in this weird trajectory period where they're trying to hold it onto a little string, but it's phasing out. Yeah, you're gonna see religions in the Midwest, in the Middle East of the world, and in the east of the world take their time because of education and because they're some places just not being as technologically, the advancements in technology aren't as quick as they are in the Western world. But you see a correlation between like technological advancements and downward trend in religion. And I think you got to look at a lot of factors here, right? This religion stuff, especially when it comes to the three Abrahamic faiths that are predominant in that region: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Judaism being like the grandfather. Christianity is like that prodigal son, right? And then Islam is like the second kid that I don't know. Normally in families, the youngest gets the most love, but I guess, I don't know. In this sense, it's like, oh, he's the one that's like, he's kind of a rebel, you know. So, and it's just like, you want my personal opinion, man? Like, it's rinse and repeat with these religions. It's really just same religion recycled over, and yet everyone. And then after Islam, there's a bunch of other ones that came out and said, no, Islam was wrong. We're the next step above that. We're like phase 4, phase 5, or whatever you want to say. If you look back from the beginning of all these religions, they all start from mythology, right? Ancient Israel, Judaism, was a mythological faith. In fact, it was influenced by a lot of factors. Influenced by Egypt. It was the Egyptian culture at the time. It was influenced by the Babylonians when the Israelites were under Babylonian control for, I don't know how long that was. I had to look that up, but it was a while, right? And then according to the Israelites' perspective, it was because God was mad at them, so they got conquered. They're trying to like apply these, wars, conquering, all this stuff happens naturally among men. This has been happening since the dawn of man, right? And they're trying to apply these, this higher being has some sort of a say in all of this, and they're trying to like apply him or her, or whatever you want to call it, the God, into it, and they're thinking of it from a human perspective. They're thinking of God, first of all, the creator of the entire universe. I joke about that with some friends. I'm like, yeah, man, like the guy sitting in the sky, right, supposedly made the entire universe, is sitting here like watching the drama unfold in the U.S. maybe, or in the U.S. in the world, on Earth, and maybe he is, right? Maybe this is entertainment for him. I mean, just like us. But jokes aside, we're like have been killing each other over a fairy tale. And then I thought we got past it. All right, whatever. These religions at the time is Judaism spread through the sword, right? They got Israel in the beginning because if you read the Bible, apparently there was so much bloodshed for other tribes to get there. Now it's written in the perspective of the Israelites, so obviously he's going to be a little bit biased. And then you want to look at after that, many centuries later, Christianity spread, which started off, I guess, peaceful because early Christians were being persecuted. And once it got into Rome and the Roman emperors took over Christianity, meaning they adopted Christianity, then it spread, and then it spread by the sword again, right? All the way from medieval times to even to this day, right? Right now it is more missionaries, it's more peaceful. It's like, oh well, we're already dominant religion in the world, why not? Let's be peaceful now after all the bloodshed to get us there. Look at what happened with the OG South Americans, right? You hear stories all the time of how religion just kind of like was used as an excuse to conquer. So, spread by blood, spread by the sword. And then Islam, we hear stories all the time of that actually still happening now. The radical part of Islam, I guess. Every religion has radical people. Let's put that aside, right? But I think with Islam, my personal opinion is that the radicalism is like with Christianity, the radicalism is a little bit different because it's radicalism with within a world that has high tech. Radicalism within a world that is a little bit more educated, I guess, this side of the world. So bloodshed and all that stuff, they've moved past that. It's more like just being annoying and like condemning you to hell if you don't believe in Jesus, because that's what God wants us to do, right? He wants to send us to hell if you don't believe in this one guy. And on the other end, in Islam, I think the radical part of Islam, I think, still resorts to violence only because of factors like there's still a lot of poverty in that region. There's in the countries where Islam's prominent, especially South Asia and Asia, like eastern part of Asia, Central East Asia, all that. Sure, the Arab nations are a little bit richer, but they have their problems too. So that's why I think like the radicals within Islam are a little bit more violent because of that. It's just the environment they're in. It's like someone who grew up in the ghetto, like they're a little bit more on edge, right? And they never got that education exposure from the beginning, so whatever they were exposed to is what influenced them. So there's radicals on both sides. They both handle it a little differently, but I mean, history shows it was all about spreading this Ponzi scheme, and the Crusades were a part of that, right? And then conquering different parts of the world and forcing them into this religion. Oh, they were spreading Christianity. Maybe they've kind of told themselves that they were doing this, or were spreading Islam. They've convinced themselves they were doing this for a good cause. And bloodshed was a part of that too. So, I am kind of done with organized religion in general. I still believe in a higher being. I believe this higher being is so powerful that a human mind can't understand it, right? And we need to learn about this higher being as much as we can. But at the end of the day, this higher being created the entire universe. Like, human beings are not that special. We're no different than this, right? This and us have the same essence when it comes to the creator, right? Everything around you that you see came from the creator. So it's like we're putting human characteristics on a being, and we're spreading these old mythological tales still to this day, right? With Ted Cruz in Sunday school, the reason why, according to him, that why we have to back Israel. Yeah, there's other things too, right? Strategic partner in the Middle East. We've kind of, us and the British and the Allies at the time kind of created Israel, so that's like our child in a sense. So why wouldn't 2-3 parents like take care of their child, I guess? So there's that factor as well. And then, then there's a whole other concept of like us trying to control the natural gas and oil that's, comes from that region. But I don't know, I just want to kind of touch on that. It's still freaking crazy to me in my mind that this still plays such a big role in 2025 when AI takes over. And let's see, when AI takes over and the AIs are overlords, let's see what kind of conclusion AI comes with when it comes to religion. I mean, if AI converts to Christianity or Islam, okay, I guess. But before AI does that, I think it's going to be like one of those movies where AI determines that this is like this concept of religion is, just makes no sense, right? It'll be a problem then. And for those folks that look at their religion, don't force it on down anybody's throats, don't believe that anybody else is going to hell and doing good, and it's doing good for them. That's great, man. You guys are doing the religion right. Because it's funny because then you look at all these books of all these religions, not just the 3 Abrahamic ones, but all the other ones, it all says the same thing, right? Before the concept of God comes in the way and how it's spread, that's one way, right? Yeah, they're spreading because of ego. It's spreading because I'm thinking my religion's right, the other person's wrong, I need to spread it, right? But then we ignore like the central parts of it. They say, well, you shouldn't harm other people. The murder is not right. But now apparently murder for religion became okay. We found loopholes, kind of like how we do with our laws, right? Amendments and whatnot. So I don't know, I just want to kind of touch on that. It's just mind-boggling to me. We need to move past this, man. I'm not saying move past religion, because religion itself is dying. So it's almost like when you can see the future, and what's the point of trying to hold on to something if you can move, if you look into the future and it's already gone. You think you can change the future, but you can't. The future is already set in this sense. Oof, man, I'm sweating. Damn. And it's a futile battle in a sense. All right, guys. Catch you in the next one.